Okay, so I just had a conversation with a friend of mine who is going to an event and he plans on wearing his mask to this event. Now, we had been talking for a few minutes prior to this incident that I'm going to describe to you in just a second, and we were talking about this mask mandate in California and debating over whether it's actually constitutional or not, and yada yada. So I asked this guy, "Are you planning on wearing a mask at this event?" And he said, "Well, yeah, of course. I don't want to be in a crowd of people, in close proximity where I could get the chance of getting COVID." And I said, "Well, what if COVID never existed and you were going to this very same event like last year? Would you have wanted to wear a mask then?" He's like, "Well, no, of course not, because COVID didn't exist. But now there's COVID." And I said, "Well, you realize that it has a 99% chance of survivability." And he said, "Well, yeah, of course, but there's been a lot of people that have died." And I'm like, "Yeah, with comorbidities, elderly, etc." And he didn't want to get into those statistics. I can't blame him because, I'll admit statistics are largely over my head too. I mean, I can understand how they work, but, right now, I'm sorry, but I'm just not in the frame of mind to get into a bunch of math, and I understood he wasn't either. But then I asked him, "So when these vaccines come out, are you going to take one of the vaccines?" And he says, "Well, yeah, as soon as I can, sure." And so, well, do you realize what the vaccine's going to give you? And he stopped for a moment and was like, "Well, yeah, of course, it's going to give you COVID. I mean, I know how vaccines work." So I said, "But you'll go to this event and wear a mask so as not to get COVID. But as soon as the vaccine comes out and it's available to you, you're going to take a vaccine and get COVID." Have a good night.